Okay, you guys, we are about to make some beef bulgogi lettuce cups in the kitchen. This is one of my husband and I's favorite Korean-inspired dishes, and I love this WHOLE30 flair. Okay, so the first thing I'm gonna do is I'm gonna slice these boneless beef short ribs super thin, and you can also use flank steak if you can't find boneless beef short ribs, or just ask your meat guy to do it for you. They can cut off the bones from the short ribs. Sliced up, and we're going to work on the marinade. We're going to do 2 tablespoons of oil. Avocado or olive is fine. I'm doing avocado oil here. And then also 2 tablespoons of toasted sesame oil. And then we're going to do 1/4 cup of coconut aminos. I've got that in there. And then 1 teaspoon of this red boat fish sauce. This gives it that good umami briny flavor like soy sauce does. So I added 1 teaspoon of minced garlic, which is about 4 cloves, and then I'm going to do 1.5 tablespoons of rice wine vinegar. And yes, that's compliant. I've got a pear here. If you can find an Asian pear, great. I'm just using a regular one, and I'm going to mince this right in there, and I'm just going to do about 1/4 of the pear. And this, so it gives it a little bit of sweetness and lots of good flavor. And next, I've got some ginger that I already peeled, and I'm going to grate that into there. I'm going to do about a teaspoon of that. Whoa! A little bit of heat, that's optional. I'm going to do about 1/4 teaspoon of that, but you can add more or less. A little bit of kosher salt, and we're going to give that a toss. The marinade is all done. We're going to let this marinate for at least 4 hours in the fridge. Overnight is obviously best, but 4 hours is plenty. And then we're gonna get it seared up and have our lettuce cups once it's done marinating. Okay, so I've got a cast iron over high heat. We're gonna get it super hot. Doesn't need to be smoking, but just really super hot. And then we're gonna sear these in batches on both sides for about 2 to 3 minutes aside. All right, once they get a nice brown, we're gonna flip them over to the other side, and you want each side to be brown like this, but it's okay to have a little pink in the center. That way it'll be nice and tender when you bite into it. We've got all that delicious marinated meat. We've got lettuce cups, red onions, kimchi. I buy that at Whole Foods. I love the Wild Brine brand, and some Asian microgreens if you want to be fancy. And you just build your own lettuce cup.